Transportation in animals and plants. You have learned earlier that all organisms need food, water, and oxygen for survival. They need to transport all these various parts of their body. Further, animals um need to transport waste to the parts from where they can be removed. Have you wondered how all this is achieved? Look at figure 7.1. Do you see the heart and blood vessels? They function to transport substance and together from the circulatory system. In this chapter, you shall learn about transport of substance, animals and plant. Circulatory system, blood. What happens when you get a cut on your body? Blood flow out. But what is blood? Blood is a fluid which flow in blood vessel. It transports substance like digested food from the small intestine to the other parts of the body. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of body. It also transports waste for removed from the body. How does the blood carry various substances? Blood is composed of fluid called plasma in which different types of cells are suspended. Why is the color of blood red? One type of cells are the red blood cells (RBC), which contain a red pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and transport it to all the parts of the body and ultimately to all the cells. It will be difficult to provide oxygen efficiently to all the cells of the body. Without hemoglobin, the presence of hemoglobin makes food appear red. The blood also has white blood cells (WBC) which fight against germs that may enter our body. Bojo fell down while playing a games and his knee, not injured. Blood was coming out from the cut. After some time, he noticed that bleeding had stopped and dark red knot and had plugged the cut. Bujo was puzzled about this. This clot is formed because of the presence of another type of cell in the blood called platelets. Blood vessels. There are different types of blood vessels in the body. You know that during inhalations, a fresh supply of oxygen fill the lungs. Oxygen has to be transported to the rest of the body. Also, the blood picks up the waste material, including carbon dioxide, from the cells. This blood has to go back to the heart for transport to the lungs. For remove carbon dioxide, as you have learned in chapter 6. So, two types of blood vessels, arteries and veins, are present in the body. Arteries carry oxygen rich blood from the heart to all parts of the body. Since the blood flow is rapid and at a high pressure, the arteries have thick elastic walls. Let us perform an activity to study the flow of blood through the arteries. Place the middle and index finger of your right hand on inner side of your left wrist. Can you feel some throbbing movement? Why do you think there is throbbing? This is throbbing is called a pulse and it is due to the blood flowing in the arteries. Count the number of pulse beat in the 1 minute. How many pulse beat could you count? The number of beat per minute is called the pulse rate. A resting person usually has pulse rate between 70 and 80 beats per minute. Find others place in your body where you can feel the pulse. Record your own pulse beat per minute and those of your classmates. Insert the values of obtained in table 7.1 and compare them. Veins are vessels which carry carbon dioxide rich blood from all parts of the body back to the heart. The veins have thin wall. There are valves present in veins which allow blood to flow only towards the heart. Lungs, pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, veins and capillary. Blood donation. Hundreds of people died due to the unavailability of blood. Voluntary blood donation is harmless and Painlessness can save the precious lives. Blood can be donated to hospital and other places authorized by the government. Donated blood are stored with special care in blood banks. I am confused. I have learned that an arteries always carry oxygen-rich blood. Paheli explained that the pulmonary arteries carries blood from the heart, so it is called an arteries and not a vein. It is carry carbon dioxide. Rich blood to the lungs. Pulmonary vein carries oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart. Refer to phase 7.2. Do you see the arteries divided into smaller vessels on the reaching the tissue? They divided further into extremely thin tubes called capillaries. The capillaries joins to the form veins which empty into the heart. The heart is an organ which beat continuously to act as a pump for the transport of blood, which carries other substance with it. Imagine a pump working for years without stopping. Absolutely impossible, yet our heart works like a pump non-stop. Let us now learn about the heart. The heart is located in the chest cavity with its lower tip slightly tilted towards the left. Hold your fingers inwards on your palm. That makes your list. Your heart is roughly the size of your fist. What will happen if the blood rich in the oxygen and blood rich in carbon dioxide mix with each other? To avoid this from happening to the heart has four chambers. That two upper chambers are called atria, single atrium, and two lower chamber are called the ventricle. The partition of between the chamber helps to avoid Paheli wonders which side of the heart will have oxygen rich blood and which side will have carbon dioxide rich blood. Maximum of the blood rich in oxygen with the blood rich in carbon dioxide. The understand and functioning of the circulatory system start from the right side of heart in figure 7.3 and follow the arrows. These arrows show the direction of blood flow from the heart to the lungs, back to the heart from where it pumps to the rest of the body. Heartbeat. The walls of the chambers of the heart are made from muscles. These muscles contract and release rhythmically. This is in contractions followed by its relaxation constitute heartbeat. And remember that heartbeats constitute every moment of life. If you place your hand on the left side of your chest, you can feel your heartbeat. The doctor feels your heartbeat with the help of instrument called a stethoscope. A doctor uses stethoscope as a device to simplify sound of the heart. It consists the chest piece of that carries a sensitive diaphragm, two ear piece, and the tube join the parts of doctor can get clues about the condition of your heart by listening throughout the stethoscope. Let us construct a model of the stethoscope with the material that are available around us.